Alright, so, hot boss fight. Everybody loved it. Great ending sequence. But you know what this is missing? The perfect little bit of spice to really sell the ending.
Explosions.
Metroid-style timed escape.
I love the way you think.
I told you they could pull it off.
Also, everybody's in Alphard for some reason now. Don't think too hard about that.
Maybe that's also card content.
Queen Corellia, what are you doing in Alphard?
I mean, I guess at least they're as confused by this as we are.
King Laticon.
Will they make it out of there? It's all well and good they stopped Terrazet, but not if they get blown up in the process.
Cops? Are you trying to jinx them or something? Sagi and the others will make it. I bet they're already on their way back.
Lolo, Master Rodolfo knows that. He's just worried. That's all.
That's right. We placed a terrible burden on their shoulders.
Like, this whole scene is just absolutely destructive to pacing. Like, why is this happening? What is the point of this?
They're a brave bunch, all right.
They could simply not
Back alive.
show this at all.
Or it could go after the escape sequence so that, you know, it's not immediately like, oh my god.
Or they could put it as like, you know, faded echoing voice lines that we hear in line during the escape sequence. Like, that's almost game design. We're not quite at the level of Galaxy Brain in this production where we, like, literally do split screen to do that, but I don't think this engine has the technology.
Oh no, this engine would not have liked that at all.
I mean, that said, it's pre-rendered backdrops. It's technically very feasible. But anyway, so just running up in reverse.
You got it.
Anything noteworthy happening? Okay, fine, that counts.
Sagi, are you alright?
Alright. But I can't... My... heart...
Yeah, electricity will do that.
Sagi! Can you hear me?
Hey, game design.
No response.
This device, does it do something to people's hearts?
I think so. If we don't intervene, Sagi's heart will be destroyed.
So like, where,
We can't
what
let
the,
that happen.
what the fuck? This is an entirely new thing?
There! That must be the control system for this device.
This seems like the kind of thing that should have been a plot element.
I can use this.
I'd like to
Even
know
I know
how
a little
Millie
bit about
figured out
marketing.
that this control panel
This
that was like
engine that
halfway across the
controls
room is
Terrazet.
obviously the thing that
Basically,
controls
it's
the
the
arms
Fortress's
over
nerve
here.
center.
And not like the
If we
door.
can get inside and halt its functions, the trap holding Sagi
Like,
should release.
what is happening on any possible level right now?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Just
Also,
give me
how
a
do you
minute,
know
I'll
this,
try.
Millie? This is the first time any of us have been here.
Gilo?
What? You should be focusing.
I know. Would you just listen? We've been taking digs at each other constantly since the day we met.
Where did that come from? Move your fingers, not your mouth.
I was jealous of you. You've always been by Sagi's side.
Like, the time for this was about, like, 15 minutes ago,
So have you.
while Sagi was busy dreaming he was a
I know
moron.
I have, but all I ever did was watch Sagi. You were the one who protected him. I was there, but it always felt like the exact opposite. I envied you, because you never had to think about protecting Sagi. You just did. Gilo, move away.
What are you doing? Milliard!
There's not enough machina in this engine to lock it down. But I can make up the difference. For the first time, I'm happy my body's the way it is. Finally, I can be the one to protect Sagi.
Like, this is the most clumsily shoehorned one of these that I think I've ever seen
You're all
in a
cleared up.
JRPG.
Isn't this the part where you say, not even a fluff pup would go sniffing in there?
I like how this also is
Bye,
hinging on
Kilo.
a thing we learned like maybe
You
20
don't
minutes
have
ago,
any
because
tact, but
like everything
I
about
always
Bale
loved
Height's
that
whole
about you.
series of reveals has no
Sorry I
pacing
picked on
whatsoever.
And like, why do they have a machine that can just, like,
Goodbye.
choke out
Sagi.
hearts, I guess? It was just there, and just, like, set up and acting on its own, but also has never been a part of the plot
Gilo!
before. Like, oh, like, come on!
I'll make up the difference. If it's Machina you need, I should work just as well.
Like, this is...
No, Gilo! You're not made to synchronize with Machina! Let
This
me!
this took like
I
2
can
minutes to
synchronize
completely
with
become a
Terrazet.
farce.
You can try, but there's no guarantee it will work, is there? And even if it does, you'll become a part of Terrazet. You'll die, Milliard.
Yeah, as opposed to
Am I
me,
wrong?
for whom these things are absolutely not true in the slightest.
This is my place, not yours.
Like, you can
Why?
both die pointlessly for an 11th
Sagi
hour
needs you
save.
more than me now. And you need him. That's why.
It's what the two of you
Oh,
deserve.
so sad. Not even an elephant with a trampled trunk would make a face like that.
Gilo.
Our bickering had to come to an end sometime.
Wait, Gilo!
I didn't find you so offensive either. Just so you know.
Like, they absolutely wrote this entire dynamic for the express purpose of setting up this scene, which they then completely failed to set up in any way, to any extent, by any means. Ever.
No! Gilo!
And like, they're really fucking going for it. They got the tear sprite and everything.
Gilo! Oh, Gilo!
And, oh look, he's fine. He's fine.
Sagi! Gilo! Gilo!
I know. I was conscious the whole time. I saw. Don't cry, Millie. Gilo's still alive. I'm sure of it. You know how stubborn that puppet can get. Now let's hurry up and get out of here, or else Gilo's sacrifice will be for nothing. All right.
Now, you might think that if you're gonna go through the trouble of setting up this whole stupid sacrifice scene, that you would at least, you know, make it count for something. But as you can probably guess from the fact that we never got anything from beating Wiseman, there is no combat from here to the end of the game.
Yeah, there's a pattern. There's a pattern at work here. Also, what was that? Sagi, what did you do? Like, they're absolutely flashing back to that later and revealing what it was, and they're going to try and make something even more out of it. I can, like, can literally feel the gears clunking in the machine that is the writer's room for this.
My favorite stupid bit of this, though, you can still totally get chests if you left them behind on the way out.
Yeah. Like, this game, like, gets at game design sometimes. They're like, yeah, we can use the interactive stuff in a game to make you feel things. And, like, sometimes it works on the micro level, like when they had the menu and you couldn't choose things in the menu, and it was like, yeah, that's game design. And then they pull something like this, and there's
Don't tell me it got swept away! Soggy? Our wings of the heart won't carry us back from this high up!
Anyway,
Damn it.
if you had
How could this
left
happen now?
the Pro Machination crew alive, they would show up in this sequence to help you out. Hughes gets you on the elevator at the bottom where you fought Varys. Nazca is in the like the room with the big glass window where he hacks a barrier that appears to let you out. And Valara would theoretically be coming up very shortly here.
and, like, does any of it matter?
No, not in the slightest.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, like, still got nothing here. I feel like it's very fitting that you're in the middle of giving what is essentially a mechanical rundown when this happened.
Is this the end?
I don't know.
I feel like in a game that hadn't had the entire previous hour or two happen, I might have, like, actually felt something at that happening. Like, I might have at least gotten distracted again and, like, had a hilarious loss of train of thought, but no. Nothing. Also, what?
Yeah, Valara is the one who tells them to go get the Sphida and go catch you when you fall. If she's dead, then
Let's go
the
home.
Sphida's just there.
Everybody's
It catches you, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay. Like, this is like the GameCube Fire Emblem games trying to react to people being dead levels of writing here. It's just absolutely nothing changes. It's just different people say the same things. The same things happen. And there's just nothing. I mean, this thing was pretty nothing to begin with, but, like, fucking hell. This game. What happened? Like, this is not even addressing the whole thing where, like, they were in free fall and the airship collided with them sideways. So, like, they were basically hitting the ground twice over in two different directions.
Huh?
You don't mind? You really don't mind having me along?
What are you saying? You're the whole reason I want to go.
But what about your
Also, did we
mother?
just time skip?
We did time
I'll
skip,
go
yes.
see Mom once things have
It's
settled
not
down.
particularly
Don't
clear.
worry.
But
I mean, they made it
Buddy,
apparent. It's just like,
Why should that matter?
it's not that
I know what your
I
heart's
don't like that
thinking.
they did there's a
all I
time
need.
skip here. It's that there was, I feel like there should have been resolution
Besides, I talked to
of,
Lulu.
of any kind.
With a little work, she can use the celestial tree's fell branches to make you a body just like anyone else's. She said to contact her once we get to Mira.
I don't know if that's how that works,
What?
Soggy.
Soggy? You told Lolo?
Lolo could make you a body like
Oh, yeah.
anybody else?
Was I not supposed to?
I don't think they have the
Of course
technology.
not. Why did you tell her? Now that Lolo knows.
Everybody else is sure to find out?
Shame on you two, trying to sneak off without a word to your friends. See? Look at all those grumpy faces.
Pololo's right. Why didn't you tell us? I could have arranged to send you on the Mindir, Diadem's finest ship.
I came running when I heard about the wedding. It looks to me like you decided to elope. What's the big idea, Sagi?
Lolo, I know you're back there. Come on out. I'm sorry. Pololo asked me what was going on, and I just sort of...
Also, it really bugs me that there's a character named Lolo and another character called Palolo. And, like, this game was written after the first one, so, like, they... entirely self-inflicted.
We all have the chance to see you off.
Also, is it time to take that pin out now?
So, I'm told you've decided to go to Mira.
Not quite.
That's right.
When I say after the credits, I
Live a
mean
quiet life.
in the
Someplace
bonus
far from
video,
prying eyes.
we'll be dealing with
Mira
Lolo's
seemed like
deal.
the perfect choice.
Oh boy.
I see.
What are we, the MCU?
Well, I'm certain Duke Halbrand would be delighted to have you. I shall let him know
Anyway,
you're
Sagi
on your way.
has finally put that singular brain cell to use and has
I
said,
guess
fuck
he's
this,
going
I'm
with you."
done with this world, I'm gonna take my robot wife
that's the
and
plan.
go to Mira and give the world the finger.
I mean, he does kind of have to get out of the way in order to not be present in any way for the sequel to this game.
No matter where life takes us, or how long the journey lasts.
Either that, or they're gonna
Always
find some
be
kind of
together.
incredible way to shoehorn it in as a big reveal that makes us go like, oh shit, game design, or
Sagi,
like
the sun
writing,
will be
or
up soon.
something.
We'd better go.
Oh, whoops. Thanks, everyone, but we should get going.
Okay, have a safe trip. I'll send you some fish from Nashira, fresh off the hook.
Great! Thanks, Gabari. We can't wait.
I'll go visit you sometime. Just watch for the whirlwind.
Anyway,
I
yeah, the
will.
time skip is not...
Millie, too.
Right, there needed to be resolution. We literally had falling action.
Don't worry, I won't.
There needs to be resolution. That was a writing joke. But I stand by it.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you all so much.
So yeah, once again, I can feel the gears working. Like, the reason they're all here is because they needed to be here for this, and they needed to establish that they were here for this, even though they actually didn't. They could have just shown up, because there was a time skip. Anything could have happened during a time skip. Like, what the... It's this fucking game, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Baten Kaitos Origins.
It sure fucking has been.
This game desperately
Also, hang
needed...
on, Dwight Schultz. I did not pick up on this being Dwight Schultz. But, oh, as you were.
Yeah, this game just desperately needed another, like, entire third of the game on the back end.
Yeah, like, my guess is cut content. I feel like this must be known at this point, whether or not there's cut content, but, like, that was what I would imagine would be responsible for this.
I mean, the stuff in the past never really goes anywhere. I guess, other than establishing that, oh, it's a piece of Malpersio and not a spirit like you thought it was. But, like... The whole thing's a mess.
Yeah, there was, like... you know, there's clearly a theory here. Like, this it's kind of the way it works with projects sometimes, where, like, right, we're gonna... That was definitely the thing on which the entire game seems to be based around. Like, right, we're gonna do this thing, and it's gonna be written around this thing in the plot. Because that's pretty much how you write things. That's, like, the important thing. And everything else comes after, and it's just like... Okay, so yeah, the one thing, like, the big thing, was valid, but, like... Also just missing bits. They just... Feels bad. Is bad. Don't like it. There was a theory.
Yeah, there was a theory right up until the point at which you get the whole reveal about Sagi being a Validator, and then the game's just like, alright, it's over now, bye, we're done. And, you know, you're just like, what? But what about the rest of the fucking plot?
Like, it needed to go somewhere. Like, you need to have time to let that sit, and then you need, like, that is the kind of thing that changes things for people. There should be implications, and we should get to explore the implications of that. We should, like, it's correct that it has, like, battle system implications, that we get some moves that, like, really murder things, but also there needs to, like, stuff needs to happen. People need to talk about that. There needs to be writing. Where is it? It's all just MIA. Like, I remember, like, right in the middle where I was like, how? Wow, this is, like, actually going somewhere now. Like, I got the plot's picked up. We got the drama. Things are actually happening. That was a good hour or so. I remember that hour quite fondly. It's just, you know. Oh well, like the sketches. Anyway, now I have to go look up how many other games Dwight Schwartz has been in, because the only other one that I know off the top of my head was Republic, which I know because I did a whole Let's Play of it, so it's just one of those little synchronicities. The thing that people will actually recognise him from was the A-Team, because, you know, that sure was a thing that happened. But now that I think about it, I don't know what other stuff they've brought him in to do since then. I'm gonna look this up, actually.
I didn't know 8-4 did this game. I thought this was in-house at Treehouse.
Huh. I mean... Isn't Treehouse, like... Maybe I'm completely imagining this, but isn't Treehouse, like, relatively new? At least as a translation team thing.
I mean, they were at least around in, like, the GBA era, because they handled all of, like, the previous... like, most of Nintendo's in-house stuff.
Anyway, in response to my question to myself, it looks like he's been in a couple things, but not in, like, a huge, like, video game voice actor kind of a way. He shows up, gets some credits. But yeah, like, none of these that I know of are exactly, like, starring roles. Also, like, this would have been one of the earlier ones, actually, because, like, you know, with experiencing it here and now today, but, like, the game is, like, 2006. And like it seems like before then he was doing the full, like, you know, the additional voices crew routine. Which is always good. Anyway, that's like the most actual interesting thing that's happened in like the closing several hours of this game. I mean, interesting is a weird word. Like, technically all of it was interesting, because all of it was like, wow, there's stuff happening, and I have feelings in response to the stuff happening, but you know what I mean. There comes a point where you just kind of check out of a thing, and you're just like, yeah, I'm now just along as a spectator for this plot, rather than being actively involved and like actively caught up and like really caring about it and really feeling it when things happen. And like, that's not a great place to be in for a work, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, writing team. Fuck me up.
I mean, they got Gilo's head back at some point. I guess that's not nothing, right?
Maybe that's what Sagi was like taking the time to go and grab in that one cutscene when I said, oh, they are absolutely referring back to this.
Good heavens! Is that you, Master Gelderblame? You're alive! Thank the stars. We thought all hope of rebuilding the Empire had left us. Please, you must stand up on behalf of your fellow citizens as Alphard's new Emperor! You're the only person left fit to rule.
I feel like standing's kind of a bit beyond him at this point.
The Senate's undivided support.
It's true. Gelderblame? The late Quaestor's secretary? Literally the only person left. The only one who's capable of leading.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Very well.
I feel like Varus definitely has an effect on him.
Can't be put to better use. I accept. If Alphard needs a ruler, then I, Gelderblame, shall gladly rise to the task.
But yeah, like...
There are still 5 pieces left in the world.
Also, it's...
All 5 of them.
How much of this, all the stuff that happened, did these guys, the rest of the Empire, like actually know about? Like, did they know about Varus being a complete piece of shit? Like, how widely known is literally anything that we just seen happen?
Bring me Georg!
Well, I did joke about this being MCU, and that was definitely a post-credits scene, as we have come to accept it in this cursed day and age. So, sure, fine. Yep, thank you, game.
I guess that's technically true?
They're not wrong.